This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
We are TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio. When you finally boil it all down, magic is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heistlick and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine Ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. In the darkest of nights, gonna let my light shine as my heart beats a rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. Microdose, day 8. Today was different than every other day. I feel like I'm working while I'm asleep. I felt like a zombie. I ate 0.33 grams and I went for the coffee. I was drained. I was not really here. Everything has this quiet calm about it. I feel like I'm drifting a few feet behind my body. I can't really talk, and I have nothing to say. I try and stay sweet. I go to the gym. And it gets worse. I'm not bad. I'm not good. I'm just not there. So I start walking. I figured I would snap back at the moment in the first 15 minutes, but nothing. Sorry, folks. Frank's not here today. Oh, man. I walk for 45 minutes and nothing. I feel like my soul is just hanging out in the background. Something's going on. Like a conversation that you want to hear going on in the background that you strain to listen to, but you only get bits and pieces. I'm trying hard to stay with my body. I can't just do this today. Where the hell am I? I come home, get right back to bed, and sleep. I wake 15 minutes before my alarm, 1 hour later. I was so comfortable, more comfortable than I've been in a long time. That's when I hear him. It's 12:25. If you get up now, you'll have more than just enough time to. I open one eye really wide. Who is that guy, and why is he in my bedroom waking me up? He looks down at me and says, if you need some more time, 17 minutes would. Stop talking. I shouted and passed out with the biggest smile. 15 minutes later, he starts waking me again. He looks down at me and says, if you need 17 more minutes. 15 minutes later, he starts waking me again. He starts breaking down the next 10 things I have to do. Please be quiet. Back to sleep I go. 5 minutes later, I open my eyes like a child, ready for the day. I look up and he's gone. I think to myself that he was correct with those plans. Too bad he was gone. I sit up and he's staring at me from the foot of the bed. You really just enjoy pushing your limits, don't you? He says. It's now time to go. I'm still not right. I'm now like a few inches from my body, floating in and out. I feel like I'm looking through some telescope and trying to somehow control my body on some primitive puppet strings. I shower and go for a long walk to the store. I still feel like I was just going through the motions. I get everything I needed in one walk to the store. Everyone was really nice to me. When I spoke to return politeness, it was like my voice was coming from a tunnel and it echoed forward. Every time I say anything, people were looking at me, but they were smiling. I wonder what's happening. I get pizza and the same thing happens. I get coffee and the same exact thing is happening. I was getting closer into my body. I have this drive up to my brother's to teach him some Bitcoin and stuff. The thought of this makes me happy as I get in the ride and set up some tunes. The ride is about an hour long. I begin to see the road is closed. Traffic already? While I wait, I start to send love ahead of my route. I can see the love actually leaving me and moving ahead of me in the road. The next block, I change direction into the hood. I hit the highway, and in 5 minutes, off I go. There's no traffic. I'm cruising along, and I see two of my guides, both outside of my car, floating on either side. The one next to me says, "Just drive." I felt so good. I started singing and sending love to everyone I could see. I see beautiful energies jumping out of me and streaming all over the road. I could see the love being received and sent back, and some not. But that's okay, I thought. They still have no idea what's happening. I love this. I have a great time showing my brother everything he needs with the cryptos. I see the kids and we laugh and we talk a lot. I love them very much. I had a great time. My brother had a stormtrooper story as well, and I told him mine. That was from last week's show, by the way. Everything we spoke about was happening. So many good ideas pushed in the proper directions. I spoke to him about the synchronicities and pointed out a few things. We had ear-to-ear smiles. It was working on him. I could see his programs changing. It's all in his eyes. The ride home was real nice. An evening cruise back home. I began another self-review, and it was really good this time. I think I'm back in my body now. Everything in me is changing, and I kind of like it. I got a ton of work on a side note, I got a ton of work done when I returned home. My routine is now changing. My attitude, my body, the way I think, my habits, everything. There is something about getting to the show a little early. You get to marvel in many things in the space of the experience. You get to soak in the lonely quietness, anticipating the coming event. It's like I'm excited, but there's no one there yet to wonder with. I will continue to work with plant and mushroom medicines. I have submitted myself to the experiences and chosen my path. They have helped me from the beginning. I could not express my gratitude and my love enough. I have earned their trust, and they have earned mine. They are the greatest teachers, and now I can see the reflection in me. I am grateful, I am thankful, and I am love. And I am Frank Castle, and this is Saturday night, and I'm your Sorcerer Supreme right here on truthfrequencyradio.com. And right next to me is my etheric translator,
Hey,
Paula
everyone.
Milo. How you guys doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
What is this? Get this
Cat
hair
is
out.
cat hair everywhere.
Before we start the show, special shout outs to Chris and Cherie Gio, who will be a huge topic of tonight's conversation.
Yes, they will.
Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So with that, we decided to come together at wearefearless.com and put together a little something for you. People want to show you support? Stop on by. Maybe buy an Egypt 2018 Chris and Cherie Beyond the Veil t-shirt.
Yes.
Everything, when you purchase one of these, whatever's left, all the money that goes right to Chris and Cherie.
Yes.
So we're not making anything on this. We don't
Nope.
want anything from it. What we want is Chris and Cherie to succeed in their mission.
Oh, absolutely.
See how the excitement just went into your eyes, too?
It is very exciting. And, they were talking about it on their show last week. And, some people were afraid for them because it's just the two of them going alone. But I think they're going to be just fine. It's almost like that book, The Celestine Prophecy. All these people basically come together and they meet in Peru to perform a task. And everyone only knows their piece of what's going on. They don't know why they're there or how they're going to get there or what's going to happen when they get there. But they each know they have a piece of this that they have to fulfill. And I think that's what's happening with Chris and Cherie right now. Everyone is coming together in support of this trip. And I personally am just so excited for them.
Okay, so I can't believe what's been happening. So I'm going to explain. First, shout outs to the chat room. Love you guys. Shout outs to my fearless artists, the team of artists at the tribe. You guys are incredible. Through the mind of Nicholas Zervos.
Yes, the artist that I am. We are fearless. You guys are amazing.
And my partner Sergio, thank you so much for helping make this happen. I feel like Chris and Cherie. All right, let's just say this. We'll keep it simple. Chris has allowed me, come on, take a show and tell the story. So he just gave it to me. Right? Here you go, buddy. You're my friend. You're doing it right. Tell them what's going on. Nah, I don't want to, right? I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm this. I'm that. Well, what the hell would I call it? I wouldn't even know what to do if it was there. Then what do I do? Then what about this? All blah, 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 right? Took a year. Then, hey, do the show. All right, let's try it. Step out into the light. We step out into the light, then it starts happening, right? We start building the website, the team. How are we going to get the artists? How are we going to do this? Everyone just showed up.
Right. At the right time.
We didn't have to reach out other than a few posts on Facebook and a couple of mentions on here, and we actually found our fearless family.
And it's been growing ever since. I just bought a T-shirt today, this morning.
You did?
Yeah, I picked one of Nick's designs. I
Do you
messaged
remember
him
which
to tell
one?
him. Yeah, it's on my phone. It's the I don't remember
That's all right.
the name of the T-shirt.
It has writing on it, right?
Yeah, it has the writing on it. I love it.
It's so good. We have so many different designs from so many different great artists, and now they've come together and they put a little something together for Chris and Cherie. And I know this is like a promotion kind of show piece right now. We don't normally do that here, but Beyond the Veil, Egypt 2018, the Raw Mission on IamWeAreFearless.com. There's men and women shirts. Right now, there's a commemorative mouse pad and also a commemorative coffee mug. As this goes on the site, there's also a Ayahuasca shirt that that Ron has done for the Geos. That's in his section. We're moving it over right now because I know people are going to go right now and start looking and say, oh, that's it. No, there's more. Go to Ron Freeman in the artist section, and there's a whole bunch of ayahuasca. We're just moving them over because we built them their own section on the site. Right. So we're going to be throwing that in there too. It's a pleasure for me to be able to do this for my friend who got me to come out of the dark. Like, this is my point I was getting at. Like,
yeah.
I got nothing. Right? Like,
he was asking you for a long time to do a show before you decided. If I remember,
it was
correctly.
Scary. It was one full year, and I couldn't stop saying, like, it was, the thought was in my head. No, I can't do this, or no, I can't do that. It's too scary, or it's too much, and I'll never have the ability to do that. Serge came and put together the glue in this environment where I can be the radio host, the music guy, the mouthpiece of the company, the story. It's just me doing what I do. And he said, "Don't worry, I'll connect a few people to the experience because people are out there and they need this, not as a product, as just the story alone needs to get out there.
They need to know that they're not alone and they're not crazy.
Right.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, everyone that you've spoken to, these things seem to resonate with them, and they're coming out of the woodwork and saying, I feel the same way, or I've had this feeling, or I've seen these beings and no one believes me.
Well, how do you do what it is you do and expect anything from it? Right? So we're all creative, right? So you got a guy, let's say, plays guitar. He's not in a band, can't get in a band, so he goes outside and he plays. What does he do? He's playing guitar. He does the jam. So you got to support this guy if you like him, and he shows up to open mics and open places, and he plays the guitar, and he's jamming, and he's having a good time, and you like him. You got to throw down some support for him if that's what you're into, right? Yeah. So we thought about that the same way and said, you know what? Instead of building a business around my story like that to make money, let's bring our family together. I'm an artist. I make money on my music. How can we bring artists in and let them get paid? How can we put a kid through college with his artwork, right? So you give him 50%. You go, just do the artwork. Design the shirt. Let someone else slap it together. Let the team come together. Let the plumber plumb. Let the roofer roof. Yeah, let the rapper rap.
Yeah, everyone does what they're good at.
Yes, thank you.
And that's what I love about it. Nick sent the shirt that I ordered. It's reinvent, rebuild, redo, remake, and retake reality. And then on the bottom it says fearless, and it reads fearless, and it's just awesome. I ordered it this morning. I can't wait to get it. But go to the website and support the Geos. Buy a T-shirt.
I think of all the good things they've done as good people alone.
No, they
just
help,
as good people.
They help everyone. They really do. They help as many people as they can.
Okay, without them, You wouldn't get the hosts here. I know I'm just barking into to the air right now when I say this, but when people do awesome things, I think people should come together and be like, that was great.
But it is. It's going to be a life-changing event.
Right,
it's
right.
Going to be a
but just what they've
event.
built, this whole family, it's all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, none of this would be here. Nothing. We would be doing stuff on our own, just randomly doing whatever. Who knows? Right? But no, not this time. This time was the call to action. And it happened overnight. And overnight, I watched Serge kick into action. Nick kicked into action. I kicked into action. You kicked into action. Chris, he's been kicking into action with Cherie. Oh, my God. I had the conversation with him. I was like totally blown away out of my mind. So we have to and I was under the weather last week. I was sick, right? So that's why I haven't put together the group meditations. But we're going to literally be taking over now, okay? While Chris and Cherie are away, we're going to be the hub of information source. We're going to be the ability to expand this consciousness into the mission. This is exactly, buddy. This is what we need to do to accomplish certain things. I mean, look, you do certain things. I do certain things, and I've questioned a million times, how did she get that done? I'm out here sweating and throwing up and purging and people everywhere and, stuff's on the floor that has to be clean and cat hair and this and that and people screaming for their lives and you're in the other room sitting on the bed, but yet we're all going.
I'm not just in the other room sitting on a bed. I do help clean. Joke. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Everyone's doing their part.
Everyone's doing a little bit.
Chris talks about this. If we teach them, each person, because this is one of his mission statements internally. I know that. If I can teach you to look at the mountain and think, how am I going to move that? But you're standing there with many, many people. If I can teach you how to just lift the rock, one rock, your rock, and walk away with it and move it to where it needs to be moved to. I teach you how to bend and by the knees and pick it up and not hurt your back. I teach you how to hold it in your arms, how to then move your body through the space in the environment, and a good idea of where to pitch that thing, but it's on you where you put it, right? But if you do that, then that's all you got to do is yours.
But that's all we all have to do. We just have to do what we have to do.
So this is those moments.
Work through getting through your life, through your day, through an hour, through a week, and improve upon it a little bit. Open your mind a little bit.
Right, piece at a time. Okay, look. I saw a homeless guy yesterday, and I couldn't find change. And I looked into his eyes, and I saw the Creator, and I missed my opportunity and could not go back. There was traffic. I literally was going to pull my car over, go back and hand this guy a few dollars, and I could not. And I said to myself, in these situations, I could never seem to help. And they said, maybe it wasn't your time to help. And I said, well, why can't I just help? And then I come home, and I know this sounds weird, but I wake up this morning, and there's a whole bunch of this business that needs to be taken care of. So my friend can go forward, and we can do for him that which he's already done for us. It's going back. It's like the super exchange of energy. But it's not just helping Chris. It's helping Chris. It's helping Cherie. It's helping us pave the way to get the gnosis, the information, the abilities, the transformation. Like, exactly. Everyone has the part to do, and now it's playing, and it's starting to pop off. And we need to support each other in these times. Where we can be there, we should be there. Now is your time to make the moment, okay? There's been a lot of missed moments in these lives. We've missed out on a lot of stuff. I'm tired of missing out on it. I want life to miss out on me a little bit. I want to show up, and then universe is just like a suspended animation of smiles and kisses just waiting for me to step into it. I'm tired of it being a heavy burden on me because it's not any longer. It's not any longer. We hit some kind of checkpoint with the new moon recently. It's very difficult through these times leading up. As you can hear from my microdose reports, I wake up and as I tell the stories, I start to get angry and more lack of energy.
Last couple of days was rough for me too. I didn't want to leave the house. I had this fear of leaving, and it was like I was stuck in the mud the last couple of days. No matter what I did No matter how hard I tried, it just wasn't going to happen. And I feel like we're working through that now.
Now, I think a lot of people are working
I
through
know
that.
a lot of people were going through that.
We had a lot of do nothing, say nothing. Like we're talking about messages I would get from
Oh, yes. Do nothing.
from
say
my
nothing.
guides,
Yeah.
right? Like I have things I have to do, and then there's other questions I ask. They say do nothing, say nothing. And I'm like, all right, so all the things you want me to do or accomplish are all self stuff around the house. It would be like building the property line, preparing the border to lay the foundation. The foundation's now being laid, right? And then it's like, well, the roofers are standing there. And it's like, well, we're not using the roofers today, period.
Not there yet. You have
Do
to-
nothing, say nothing. We
Yeah,
have
you have to
plumbing
wait.
work that needs done, right? But when one piece after another flows into place,
Oh, just like a puzzle.
We see that-
Well, that's what happened over the last few days with these T-shirts. I mean, these T-shirts were. It was a thought that went into action. That now there's actually a product at the end of it, and it happened within the span of a
well,
few
you go to a
of
concert
few
and you'll
days.
buy a Metallica T-shirt, right? Because you support the band.
Yeah.
right?
So, but yeah.
You'll pay $100 to go, right? A person or whatever it is to
Well,
get even a halfway seat. Hold on. And then there's the concert tee, right? Why? Because I was there for this, right? It's the same thing right now with what they've done for people in general and everyone out there that has a personal experience with Chris and Cherie. Totally understand what I'm saying in terms of how they just want to help. What can I do for you on top of everything else? Now it is our time to do back. But you see, over this last year, there's been a lot of people that have needed help. And Chris has done something I've never seen him do. And that was say, hey, can we help this person? Can we help this person? I don't want to ask for money. Can I help this person? Can I help this person? This guy has done 10 years plus, way more than that. But I'm saying where it's been on fire. How much has he given to the universe that he's supplying the information back? I know this sounds like an ongoing cycle, but he's helped a bunch of people on TFR and off TFR, right? We've all done it, no problem. And now it's like, let's give back a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have to order our T-shirts now that everything's up.
Yeah. Everyone can now do like, oh, I support my stuff. Mm-hmm. This is the groovy thing to do. And we can, all right, so at FearLess, we can take that and make that occur without like an overhead cost to us or damaging our business or whatever. We can literally light it up for someone.
But I like
Think about what that does for help.
And you know what? You're right, because
it's Chris and Cherie today, but it could be you tomorrow.
Yes, and anyone can buy a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, so you're helping, and you get a cool T-shirt besides.
And it's your cause. It's what you
it's your
like.
cause.
You don't have to wear a colored ribbon because everyone else wears one. You could literally specify, this is what's up. I believe in this. My consciousness rides a little bit higher. I believe in the plan of the mission, the 44, the 144,000, on and on and on and on and on. And you can get specific and go to it and get to work. Support those people that would do the things that you're curious about. Ayahuasca, right? How many times has any one of us taken an experience all the way to the deep end and then walked out naked to tell you the story? Right? To be naked in front of you is the scariest thing in the world.
It is, because you're your most vulnerable. It is.
I get more nervous doing this radio show. It took me a year to do this. I met the reptilians in one night. In 5 minutes, I was having a conversation with them. After, for that 5 minutes, that prior 5 minutes was in fear, worried that something was going to happen. Then nothing happened. Boom. Instant open conversation. It took me a year to get on the radio to talk to you about it.
Because most people don't believe what they hear. Right? It sounds unreal. It sounds made up. It sounds elaborate. It sounds crazy. It really does sound crazy. I've talked about this before, that no one in my family listens to the show. No one. and they love me, but this is not their thing. This is not their cup of tea. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't want to know.
Yeah,
they don't want to learn.
A good person that would go, you know what? Let me support the cause.
But that's your mother. Like when the website went up, your mother was the first one to buy a T-shirt.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys something incredibly funny. So I told Sergio, my partner, I'm like, I want to see everyone that purchases anything under the name explicit, right? So then he goes, why? Who's that? And I go, I'm just asking. He goes, no, I have 3 orders from that person right
your
now.
mother.
And then I said, let me see. And he showed me. I go, that's my mother, just so you know. Every time that pops up, that's her. So just so he goes, oh, man, we got to get way past mom supporting us.
But I think that's
and I said, no, it starts with mom
where it
supporting
starts.
us. All right, you get a lemonade stand when you're a kid, or you're doing
who's
something.
buying that lemonade?
It's your mother.
Yeah.
Right? She gets people to come over and even talk to you, right?
Well, not my mother, because my family doesn't listen to the show, so no one.
no lemonade for you.
No one's buying any lemonade. It's terrible, but it's true.
Right. Well, this is the family, and this is how we do support. And then people are like, well, what can we do to keep the community at large? Like, they're taking a month off, right? They're not. Let me tell you something. What they're about to do is not fun, right?
No,
What's
it's
going on, where they're
courageous.
going.
Yeah.
Chris talks out of line, or his girl talks out of line, or Cherie decides to go, screw this place and run through the street.
That's not even. It's going to be a blissful experience.
No, I know.
That's not even it.
But it's going to be on all of us to throw those
positive vibes,
and the intention.
Oh, and Lone Star, thank you. Yeah, FearLess.com. If you want to go grab the T-shirt, you can go get it now. That's what's up
it's
on
up
the
right
website.
now. Look, I'm on the website.
Up.
You can click on Egypt 2018. There's a video explaining exactly what they're doing. And there's 2 T-shirts, man and woman, male and female, and the Raw Mission Support commemorative mouse pad and the Raw Mission Support commemorative mug. Support your protection from deception, because you have to, because they protect you from that which decepts you. This loves us.
Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Am I awake or is this a dream? A fantasy of where I'd rather be. So come and talk with me. Come and walk with me. Is this a wake-up call from my reality? Have you seen my friends? Have you seen my girl? Wake me up from this. I'm trapped in this world.
Microdose, day 9. Strain, still the golden teacher. So wake up today. My first thought is it'll be a good day. I'm so groggy though, I can't get up. I try to make it to the bathroom, and Zombie Frank is back. I can't believe this. All this work I'm putting in, and my mornings have been such shit. Today I feel like I'm walking through mud. No gym today. I can't even stand up straight. I eat 0.33 grams with my coffee. 30 minutes in, I feel like I'm about to lose it. No. I shout. Why do I feel this panic? It's that trip feeling, that crummy one. It was creeping up into my experience. I will not let this happen. I push through, but it takes all of my concentration. I hang with Mom and Paula for a bit, but now my energy is gone. This sucks, I shout. Time for bed. As my head hits the pillow, I start taking deep breaths, but something is wrong. My heart is really beating fast, like really fast, and I can't sleep. This is not good. I turn on my side, and the being that woke me yesterday was standing on the side of my bed. Are you ready? He asked. Ready for what? I asked, like I didn't really want to know. He explains, we are in another new energy, and you're not in rhythm with the new frequencies. I thought to myself, that's why I've really been off. If you are ready, we can now start, he implies. Start what? I asked. Well, we must stop your heart and restart it. What? At this point, I take a really deep breath and say, let's get this over with. I could feel my power go out. I was slipping fast. My hearing, my vision, then me, gone. I could hear the air completely leave me, and my body went limp. I'm dead again. As that thought left me, I felt the power come back on. Whoa, I jumped right out of bed. I felt amazing. I feel fantastic. I just leveled up again. High five to me. I jump in the shower and it would seem that the crazy would start quick. Light beams descend around me. I'm not feeling the love, though. They grab my arms and begin to pull me down. Nope, not today, not ever again. You are pale imitation of light. I stop everyone in their tracks. My energies begin to spin forth from me. It looked like the fake light beings were being shoved down into portals that were opening in the floor. Like a game of spiritual whack-a-mole, one by one they fell. I have several revelations before jumping out of the shower. I had a truth that needed to be spoke. When I went forth, I spoke this truth. After speaking my truth, a heavy white energy lifted from my chest. I felt even better now. Later in the evening, I watched the show. During the show, a simple, thankful dinner ritual was performed. The thanks went out to an external being. I saw the darkness move in during something that looked so innocent. I freaked out and explained to Paula, no matter how innocent the ritual might be or look what it brings in. And that what that thing wants to eat. Not everything is what it seems. Stop giving away your power to external sources. On a side note, my etheric vision is getting better, a lot better. I can see when something is in the room with me. I saw eyes made of energy staring at me, and I was unsure of what I was seeing. When I asked, "Is that an eye looking at me?" It blinked. That's my notes from the day 9 on the microdose. Heart stopping and fake light beings that wish to. I felt so at home with them at first.
It was like your first test now that you were in the new frequency.
Let me ask you. You're the etheric translator. So why does it happen so fast after they teach you? Like they teach it to you or show you something kind of related or somewhat related, and then instantly you're put to task?
Because I don't think they want to waste time. There's no time. You don't want to waste time.
Right. Why waste time with...
Why waste time on that? Because the lessons you're learning, you may need to put to use immediately.
There was a few times I didn't put into practice exactly what they would just show me something, and then someone else was having an issue, and I thought, well, let me try everything I've learned, and I would do everything except that, and nothing would work, and then I would do that 2 hours later.
I've done it too.
Instantly.
I'm being put to task now because I think it's time for me to drink again.
Oh, I was just going to say this.
And you know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. I do get a lot of information.
She's not a fan of it, but yet she's like, "Oh, this is awesome."
It's an amazing experience, but it puts me down for a few days. And the weather's getting nicer now, and I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
And that's not an excuse, but I am getting the call, so I think I'm going to have to drink soon. I really do think that a lot of what's weighing me down is not mine. I think it's black goo.
Well, you said it the other day, and when you said it, I felt it and saw it. You said, "Yo, I'm walking through the muck again."
Yeah, I'm walking through the muck again, and I can't seem to get out of it. And everything is good. I'm happy. It has nothing to do with that. Like, I'm not depressed. This is coming from I believe this is coming from an outside source. I don't think this is.
If anything could have knocked me personally down in the last couple of days while being sick, while this.
Well, I think that's
everything piled in.
I think the illness was.
And now today we're great.
I don't remember being sick for that long of a period of time, and
I don't remember you ever being sick like that.
For 2 weeks, I was sick for 2 weeks, and it was 11 days, 11 full days of sickness. And I don't remember that. And I think there's something else going on as well. So I think it is going to be time for me to drink. We have some lovely ladies coming
in 2 weeks
for ceremony in 2 weeks. And I think it might be a good idea for me to drink before they come. I want to be as helpful as I can when they're here. So I think maybe it'd be good to do a little housekeeping, like a cleaning out.
Listen, even Paul is like, for all of you that know, she used words like, not for that and whatever, when it comes to ayahuasca, but yet even she knows the powerful effects, although it shows you and puts you through some stuff that'll really you're going to need time to deal with it because it's so strange and so alien to your experiences that you're like, whoa. She's still like, bro, I need it. It's going to clear me out.
No,
I know what it's going to
like
do.
I
It's
feel
worth
like
it.
It's a spring cleaning.
Yeah,
Kind of.
it's worth it.
Yeah, I need to clean out some stuff.
Okay, so anything that is that potent or that important to helping you see what you need to see to help you fix you.
She's been calling me since your mother went under. It was like, okay, it's your time to go soon. And I'm like, but yeah, no, to be honest, I mean, I think I'm getting called by her to drink, and when Frank says that, I don't believe him. I'm like, no, you're just saying that. But I think she's been calling me to drink.
Because you can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it in your eyes. You came
Yeah.
right out, sat me down, looked me in the face and said, I think it's time to drink some ayahuasca. And I went, what? Really?
Yeah,
And you were like, yep.
Yeah, I do.
But this goes to show, it goes back to how important you are to you.
Oh, it is. It's like it's like going for physical therapy, or going to a chiropractor, or going to
Or having your shoulder fixed if you ripped your rotator cuff
yeah,
or something.
It's just something that needs to be done, I think.
Spring cleaning's probably the best.
But that's the way I explain it. I think I have to clear a lot of stuff out. I think I have a lot of sludge that needs to come out.
As we're passing through the energies, I notice like we'll get really good. Like I just read, I was going through the muck at that time. Zombie Frank was there. That just means I'm walking slowly. I'm not in my body right. I can't get it together for days. And then something happens and boom, I'm back in rhythm. And it feels like I have torn off peeled things off.
Yeah, well, you actually read from exactly a month ago. So that was March 14th? Or March, yeah.
That was March 14th. February 14th.
Yeah, so it's March 14th. So it was exactly 2 months ago.
All right, so let me tell you what, too.
To the day.
I can't believe the synchronicities sometimes that come up as we do this.
Oh, I saw your face when I told you I was ready to drink. You looked at me and you said, she's saying, yeah. I mean, she's telling me to drink.
You know internally what you need to do. This is another point. So you'll always know what's right for you if you're in the right receiving frequency.
Oh yeah, I am definitely raising in vibration. I think that's a lot of what this sickness was. I think leading up to it, there was a lot of raising in vibration. I think there's a lot going on, and I think if I don't drink, I can't be privy to it. I think there's a part of the secret that we find out when we drink.
Big secret.
I really do.
The great reveal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get any information on the shift or.
Don't put a limitation on it.
I know. I think it's going to be more of an introspective experience. I do. I really do.
Is that what you said when you dumped out a partial glass of Aya, and then still had the most intense experience I've ever seen in my life?
And I even told her I'm going to tell Frank, because the one thing I don't like when people joke about is don't disrespect the Aya. It's a plant medicine, and if you don't want to be healed,
then don't do it.
Then don't do it, because it's not a
even bother.
It's not a recreational drug. There's nothing fun about it. There's nothing, it's fantastical, yes, and it is a psychedelic, yes, but it is not a fun experience. Like it's a very mature and introspective experience, and if you can't handle that, then you have no business at all even drinking. That's how I personally feel about it. It really is a plant medicine, and there is work that needs to be done upon drinking. Like even your mom experienced it. There was work that she had to do personally, and there was work that then she realized there was work that she had no involvement in. Things just became easy. Some relationships are just coming along a little easier than they have.
She learned to say
no. Or nothing.
Well,
or say nothing, do nothing.
She was approached by someone. She retired, and at her job, she was like,
the go-to.
It's my job. It's my job. It's the job.
She was very responsive. She was the go-to
So
person.
for like 40 years or whatever, 50 years, she's been there, man, going crazy. She's been there since she
35 or 40. Yeah.
Well, it's been an amazing amount of time is what I'm getting at. So she doesn't really know too much else. She's just family oriented and has that. But then I said to her, there was a lot of bad things that went down. And you guys will notice this in your life. So please just take from it metaphorically or synchronistically, whatever you want to do. Just take it. Take what you can. They started being real mean in the job. The different people there, knowing that she was leaving. So they started acting a different way, and the office changed. And she was like, couldn't keep the old style of office.
Right.
It wasn't happening, and it became a disaster. And she was trying to hold it together, and she was the only person that everyone would go to. So when she left, was, I look at my mom, I'm like, yo, man, slow up.
Yeah,
slow it
down,
up. Do
slow
something
down.
for you. Go on vacation. Go on a date. Go do something for you. Here's something for you. Enjoy that something for you. But no, she's not like that. She's like, no, for you, Frankie. It makes me happy through you. So I'm like, stop talking to these people. You don't work there no more. You don't get paid. Are they your friends? No. Do you want them here for Christmas? No. Do you even want them over for coffee? Absolutely not. I don't ever want to see their faces again. Why? Because look at all the problems they're presenting me, blah, 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 blah. But yet she was still sticking her neck out there. So I said to her, stop talking to them. You have to let this go. So somewhere between then and now, she did. And she was cool with it, right? But then she saw someone she's been ducking, because she feels like she's been ducking people now. And I'm like, you're not ducking anyone. You're living your life.
Yeah, you're living your own life.
She came, she rolled up and was like, yo, that lady was on the street. She was standing right next to me. And I'm like, I've been ducking her the whole time. And then I just turned to her and said, how are you? And she's like, yo, you've been ducking me, kind of. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm just living my life.
Living my life.
I have my grandson and my granddaughter, and I have my two sons, and each one has their own whatevers, and I take care of my parents. It just fills up my time. Sorry. Like, if that's how you feel. Light flash in the room right over your head.
Yeah, because they're agreeing. Yeah,
and
they're agreeing.
I'm like, you gotta. So she goes, I just gave it to her in terms of, it's all good, baby. Positive vibes to you.
Yeah.
I love you. It has nothing to do with ducking you. And then now the ball's in your court.
Right.
So she said the girl started talking to her about some things, and she was like, oh, yeah, all right, great. Have a nice day. And then she goes, I felt, my mother was almost dancing, talking to me.
She felt wonderful because she removed herself from the situation.
Now there's no,
there's no situation.
Okay, so when she retired, now people, here we go again, relate to self. She left the job, it was months. So for months, there's a thought that you're ducking people. Mm-hmm. Now this is, I'm minimizing this by using the word ducking and everything. So you're putting a thought out there in your head that when they call, I'm not calling back. And I stopped doing that, but it's multiple people and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. Now look at all it takes to talk about that one statement. I'm just going, and all that blah, blah, blah. It still takes 30 seconds, 20 seconds.
You're right, though.
Right?
You still have to.
Now that thought enters her mind 500 times a day, 50 times a day, 2 times a week, 70 times a week. You add up all this stuff.
But now she doesn't think about it
and
anymore.
It's weight in your backpack that you're carrying around.
Yeah, you're carrying around all that guilt. You don't need it. Now she's living her life and she let it all go.
But this is what humans do.
But this is why I think it's time for me to drink. I think I'm hanging on to stuff that I don't even know what's going. I really don't know what's going on. I just think I need to drink. I need to clear out a lot of stuff. I think a lot is changing for us very quickly. Like, and I want to mention this. Like, we were watching the show Legends on television.
Oh my!
Yeah,
right.
this needs this. We
have
it's
time.
Silly. We have to talk about it.
Okay, so DC's Legends of Tomorrow is a TV show based on superheroes that time travel. They're like the outcast superheroes that are saving the universes and the multiverses and all the different timelines within the real timeline to keep it properly going. So, you don't change anything and then like the Nazis win and take over.
And this is
or if aliens take over in
the
1800s. They stop the invasion from happening. So all these crazy things happen.
Yeah. And it's a mainstream television show. It's on the CW. Children watch it. It's a family-oriented television show.
And I must preface this. One of the characters on the show this season doesn't have a code name. They use her regular name. I can't remember her regular name off the top of my head. But in the comics, she is the goddess Isis. Okay, so they have the goddess Isis who wears a totem around her neck. There's multiple totem bearers. So there's the fire, there's the water, there's space, there's death, there's love, right? So each one of those there's an earth totem bearer. Each one of them is chosen by the earth, her mother herself. And then you can tap the amulet on whatever you're wearing and then you can activate the power. Now, this was the premise of the entire season. They were bringing the Totem Barons together to fight an interdimensional demon that was manifesting through one of the villains. Starts as one guy, this guy Damien, and then it ends where he's trying to do the ritual to bring the demon out of his daughter. And then the demon takes his daughter and he gets scared. He's like, I didn't want this. And he asked the good guys for help.
Right.
Now I'm going to let you roll.
No.
I had to give the preface.
No. You go.
Okay,
Go.
so multiple times they've had special guests on the show. One of the guests they had was John Constantine, which you guys know. Keanu Reeves did the Constantine movie. On the TV show, he's like this Australian guy. He's the same guy, but it's just a different guy plays him. And he's a cigarette smoking, demon hunting guy, right? So he rolls up, and they can't fight the demon. They're on the time traveling ship, and the demon's beating everyone, and they're they're killing the totem bearers and taking the totems. And when the demon has all 5, he can be released. So everyone's like, yo, I don't know what to do. So he drinks. He shows up and goes, well, I spent a week having a fight with Ayahuasca. And after that, it revealed how to defeat the demon.
Right,
so I know how to do it.
That was one episode.
And that was one episode. But earlier in the season, one of the girls for the Earth Totem or the Animal Totem,
right.
She's like, I have to do a spirit walk. And then she makes ayahuasca on the ship. And her and her boyfriend, which is the guy that changes to steel.
That was the most recent episode, yeah.
He goes, I'm going to drink and go on the spirit walk with you. What is this? And they call it Mabumba or whatever. And then she explains everything that ayahuasca is about. So he's like, well, if you're going to have a psychedelic plant experience that's going to help you have a spirit walk and talk to your ancestors, you be sure as hell I'm coming with you. And he drinks the whole thing and goes. At the end, he was flying the ship by just holding the control panel. And they were like, what is he doing? And he's like, I don't even know what's happening. He's flying everything. He was just doing everything. And they were like, yo, they kept going, oh, he's tripping. And they're like, the girl had the experience and the other guy was having the trip.
Right.
But then was able to have powers further than he ever thought, which was quite amazing. Would you want me to keep?
No, keep going.
Okay, so this last episode, they fight the demon finally. They let the demon out. The demon overtakes the girl, then breaks free, and then they don't know what to do, so they run away again onto the ship, and they go, what do we do? And they were all trying to wear the totems themselves, and they couldn't activate it. So they're on the ship, and they look at each other and hold each other's hands, activate, and they're like, let's concentrate on something. So they concentrate, and a life form at first is disgustingly built in front of them out of nothing, out of light that comes out of their chest. So the girl's like, I don't know what to do. So she's like, I'm drinking again. So the guy's like, I'm coming with you. So they drink, and the ancestors show up with the dead totem bearers show up, hold hands around the guy and the girl, and the light comes out of their chest and hits them while they're walking in a ritualistic circle while they're on an altar. And the guy screams out loud, oh my God, they're using the Care Bear stare to stop the demon. Okay, they go back. They go, all right, let's surround the demon. They make the circle and hold hands, do the Care Bear stare at each other, and create an avatar for the 5 of them. And the guy screams, we form like Voltron. All right, it gets a little crazy and silly after that, but they turn into a giant teddy bear and attack. And the teddy bear was like something that's been in every season, so it's like the staple of the show.
Right.
But it's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's the ultimate good.
Exactly. It's the ultimate
and
good.
It beats the crap out of the demon.
But this is stuff that Frank and I have been talking about for years. And it's nice to finally see a mainstream media television show discussing things that we discuss on a regular basis with hundreds of people. And it's really nice to see mainstream media catching up
when
to
we started
our
the show,
discussion.
We said I would go mainstream.
Yes.
Okay. Now
we said that's when we'll know we're on the right path. When Aya does become
their whole season
a
is
mainstream
dedicated
topic.
to it. It's all right. Ash and the Evil Dead.
Now, do we want it exploited this way? No. But The point is
It's
that
getting out, though.
It's not such a taboo topic anymore. It's being discussed in mainstream television.
You're going to get the
mainstream
crappy
media.
exploitation with the other stuff too.
But we're happy it's becoming more of a common name.
Aya will handle her business.
Yes.
She's bigger than any one group of
Yes.
people. Let me tell you what. Y'all think, oh, we'll drink and exploit ayahuasca. You have another thing coming. You'll take lefts and right to your face all day and throw up in a purge bucket for a month. You pull something like that. Now, I'm not worried. You can't exploit mother like a whore. You can
No.
whore her out on TV and episodes.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you could do
but-
stupid things and interact and say it's a drug and you're a drug addict. And you could say, I go and do all kinds of crazy black magic. Yeah,
No, but
all
they
day
were-
long.
They were they were discussing it. They used it in a very positive way on the show.
Without
And
it, they couldn't have
Frank
defeated
and I are very
the
happy
monster.
about that because we feel like
Isn't that exactly?
we feel like everyone is catching up to the conversations that we've been having from years ago,
Right.
and we love it.
All right. We talked about Black Panther, the movie, him being an ayahuasca shaman that's a warrior. Oh, God. All right. Doctor Strange. We told his story, which isn't the story from the comics. They had to write this story. We already told it. It's in everything, and I'm not claiming we did. I'm just saying right before it happened, a year before, it's the story of the hero's journey. How many of you watched the movie, you ayahuasca or mushroom people, watch that and said, what are they, eating or drinking ayahuasca and doing the movie? Because this is exactly what I experienced. I was hurt. I was injured. Couldn't do something, was removed from my position, had to refine myself after losing everything,
Right.
and then heal myself and become my own hero. All right, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, every movie is all the new stuff is based on this. These guys had performance anxiety after drinking on the superhero show. No performance anxiety, straight knowing what to do. I can handle my own business.
Right.
I take responsibility
Responsibility,
for everything that I do, the words that I say, the things that I put forth. I hate to say this, guys, but the mouth is being used right now for vocalization of your thoughts and ideas and all this stuff. You're supposed to be talking with your mind eventually, and your mouth is supposed to be used for creation, saying the right thing at the right moment to push forth the energy at the most positive point to get the most out of it.
True.
Right? That's how you'll heal, with sounds and everything. The conversations will take place in the mind. There won't be misunderstandings. I can just show it to you from my perspective, and then you could just literally go and respond to that, or show me where your perspective is inside of that perspective, and we could pinpoint different things as if it was coordinates in time space. This is how it's played out, creators. We're programmers, creators. We are the real deal.
Yeah.
We are the guy, if you ever saw the movie Tron, we're the guy that walked up, put 25 cents in the video game and started playing, and then entered the game and forgot that we were being played and performed by the higher guy who's like, I'm not leaving till the game's cleared. That's it. So you get reincarnated, afterlife, lost life, and you keep coming back, and now you're on the last level, and you're getting those powers. And you got your armor, you got your protection, you got your love, you got your friends, you got your family. We're all here. Fearless. All right, Beyond the Veil's up next. I don't know if they're live tonight, but wearefearless.com. You can support them, so it's all gravy, baby. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking with us. We're your protection.
From deception.
Booyah.